Hey everybody, I hope you all had a good week in the market and that you're having a good weekend. Today I'm going to be going over the QQQ. Right now it looks like we are in a uptrend channel on the hourly chart. You see we have quite a few bounces off the bottom here, about 1, 2, 3, 4 here, right? And over here we tried to break below it, but we immediately came right back up into the trend channel, which is a really good sign that it's holding up as a strong support on the bottom, and then strong resistance on the top. We have the 1, 2, 3 touches there. So this is a pretty well-defined trend channel. I do like to have like 3 touches on the top and a couple on the bottom at least. You know, 3 and 3 is great. What this chart is saying is that in most likelihood, the QQQ is going to pull back to the bottom of the trend channel, right? So it could definitely head up to that 438 level and, maybe do a false breakout over that 436 level. Because although the 436 level is massive and over 437, the NASDAQ can very easily, just fly up to 445. It is possible that we could break the 436 level and have a false breakout due to the fact that we're still in this uptrend channel. Right, so we could break up here and then we could tank back down to the bottom of the trend channel before we actually get the true breakout above 436, which would probably be the path of least resistance for the QQQ, right? Now, the other thing that we could do, and I think it's less likely, but it's definitely possible, is, once we break that 437, 438 level, we can just start ripping up to that 445. I do think there's just more money for market makers and for the market in general if it comes back down first and confuses people, right? Because what it'll do is it'll get a lot of people to get out of their long positions. The people that go long over 435, 436, they're going to be exiting when it pulls back under 433. And, you're going to have a lot of people going short as well, thinking that because it had a false breakout that the market is now bearish. And could it be? Yes, it definitely could be, because you do have this massive drop here, and then you have this this uptrend channel, which technically could be considered a bear flag as long as it breaks out to the downside very soon, I'd say. Because you have this huge downward move, and then you have the uptrend channel, right? And so the break below that 420 level would be a confirmation of a continued downtrend, and I believe that we'd probably head down to this 200-day SMA if we did break out of this uptrend channel, right, on the downside. But as you can see up here, this 436 level is huge. And basically, for the bulls, once it's over 437, 438, it can easily rip its way up to 445, right? Because we have this old Darvas box between 436 and 446. And so when a stock breaks back into an old Darvas box, oftentimes it can go right from the bottom of it to the top. So it's definitely possible that the QQQ can make its way from 437 to 446. The two possibilities I'm looking at in this 435 to 438 range, I'd say, are one, that we go up into this 435, 438 range on Monday, let's say, and then Tuesday we crash down and we, pull back to the bottom of this trend channel over the course of a day or two between Tuesday and Wednesday. And then the other option that I'm looking at is if we break and close above that 436, 437 level, maybe we just go right back up to 445, right? Because there is a lot of fuel taking us back up. I think either situation is very possible. If we look at the trend score for the QQQ, it is showing quite a bit of strength. The score is +3, which is actually still pretty neutral. It's not until a stock gets to a +4 trend score that the trend becomes more defined. But we do have the 6-month uptrend on increasing volume, which is a good sign. The 1 year's on decreasing volume, so that kind of cancels out the strength from the 6 months. So there's really no definitive trend right now yet for the QQQ or XLK for that matter. In fact, the XLK is looking a little bit weak because it has decreasing volume on the 6-month and the 5-year time frames. So right now it's impossible to tell. The trend isn't well entrenched, I do think, like I said, it's probably pretty likely that if we head up to here, we're just going to head right back down. We just went from 420 to 436 in the matter of, 2 days, which is a massive move. And so for the QQQ to pull back before having a true breakout, if even going to do that, would make a lot of sense. Feel free to leave a comment on what you think and what your thoughts are for this week.